Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. 100x.vc, an early-stage investment firm, has invested $2.7 million in 17 startups through its 11th cohort. This takes the VC's total portfolio to 161 startups. The 17 startups selected were from diverse sectors and are based across Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Pune and Gurugram, among other cities. Now, the VC Pitch Day held in Mumbai saw a turnout of over 400 investors comprising high-net-worth individuals, family offices, venture capital funds and corporations. Joining me now to discuss this further is Ninad Karpe, the founder and partner at 100x.vc. Also with me is Ritu, my colleague. Ninad, thank you so much for joining us on Startup Street. You know, it's the 100x.vc's 11th cohort. You've invested in 17 startups and you spent over 100 hours mentoring these startups. So take us through your selection process. What excites you about a specific company?
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. Yes, I know there are new ideas every day. We get close to 8,000 to 10,000 pitch decks every year, sorry. And we have a pretty comprehensive process of selecting the startups, from looking at the founders to the size of the market, how much they can grow. Basically, we invest very early. We look for moonshot ideas that can scale. What has changed over the past 5 years? We have invested in 161 startups. One or two quick trends we have seen is, firstly, we are seeing a lot of pitch decks now coming from tier 2 and tier 3 towns, which was not the case 5 years back. And slowly, there's a gradual increase in the number of founders and co-founders being women and girls. So that's a very nice change which we are witnessing over the last 3 years post-COVID.
Well, Ninad, hi, this is Ritu. At 100x.vc, you've invested in Anyway.ai, Baylink, DeepU Tech, and so on, just to name a few. What is the common thread here? What are you excited about most in these firms? And, what are the kind of ideas that you want to put your money behind?
So we want to put, in simple words, ideas of tomorrow, ideas that will become big, because we write the first check. Each of these companies you mentioned today are very small. They're very early. Do they have a potential to become a massive company for Indian market and the global market? We believe each of them can in 10 years' time if they do the right execution, get right funding. So these deep tech companies, we do not get many of them in India, but the ones we have funded, we believe each of them can become big. They have to be ideas which are either disrupting the present ecosystem, new, or actually doing something in a very, executing the same idea in a more efficient way, which is example like Baylink. GoCodio is, absolute B2B SaaS. It can really revolutionize the way code is written. I can go on and on, but the short answer is moonshot ideas with potential to become billion-dollar companies over a period of time.
So moonshot ideas that have the potential to become billion-dollar companies is what you're investing in. And you're writing the first check, as you said. So you're writing a little over $1 crore per firm. So take us through how you will help these startups actually scale in their growth journey. How are you taking them to the next level? What's your investment thesis?
So we have a mentoring process where we tell them about GTM, pricing. They're very early, very young. And how to have a scalable model, how to focus sharply, how to execute. At the early stage, it's very important to focus sharply on one idea, one market, one target. If they do that right for next 1 or 2 years, then they gradually go on to next level of funding. When they come to us, a couple of lakhs. First target is in a couple of years to hit 100 crores, 1,000 crores. But that can happen once you have a sharp focus on one product strategy, then gradually expand markets, gradually expand the products, go on raising more and more funds, and ensure that there is a lot of scaling up process. The foundation has to be strong. That's the foundation we provide. The right strategy to become successful in one product, one market, one geography.
All right. And, Ninad, you've invested in about 161 startups through the company since the launch, we understand. What is the AUM you're currently at? And more importantly, what kind of AUM growth are you targeting? And the kind of returns you've seen so far, say from, the first 10 batches, how are they doing?
So we started 5 years back. So, it's still very early for an early stage fund, but we have seen around 3 full exits, around 3, 4 partial exits. These are the ones we invested 5 years back. In between, there was COVID. So obviously, there was a lull in activity. In terms of AUM, presently we invest 1.25 crores per startup. For the first 70 companies, we invested only 25 lakhs per startup. So AUM is not large. It's around 120, 140 crores. But it is the model, early stage, first check, iSafe note. That is the model which, is a simple, straightforward process, which is attracting first stage founders, and they come to us. That's why we get so many pitch decks.
All right, Ninad, we're completely out of time on the show, but thank you so much for joining us on Startup Street today.
Thank you for having me.